Joined now by Josh the Punk Thomson, who will fight KJ Nunes this Saturday night at Strikeforce in Columbus. And Josh, let me ask you first and foremost, how's training camp been going? How are you feeling heading into this fight?
Training went well. I mean, I feel like I could have done a little bit more in training, but, my trainers, we were trying to cut back my training for this fight to avoid injury. And my teammates have told me that I feel strong, I feel good, I feel better than I have my last 3 or 4 camps. So if that's any indication, then I guess I should have a great fight. So we'll find out. It's just, it's a big fight, and KJ is a great fighter, and I'm interested. It's got me a little amped up, so I'm ready to go.
Excellent, and I know I asked you this during the press conference, but you wouldn't mind me, answering this again. It's been a while since you fought. It'll be going on 14 months since you last fought, and a little bit longer since you fought in Strikeforce. How much of a concern is cage rust for you, and how do you kind of, overcome that or make sure that's not an issue for you?
Yeah, realistically, I try not to think about the cage rush. It will probably be a little bit evident, but as long as I'm out there pushing the pace and really getting in his grill and letting him know that I'm there to fight, I don't think you'll notice a whole lot of cage rush. It really will come down to whether I can put my combinations together. I think you saw in the second Gilbert fight, after that 15-month layoff, I came out and I was more of a brawler, and it cost me the fight. In the first fight with Gilbert, if you notice, I threw a lot of straight punches, got to the clinch real well, kneed really well. So that being said, I got away from during that 15 months with the second Gilbert fight. I got away from the technique. So in this fight camp, when I've been out for 15 months, I've tried to focus on getting back to my techniques, my knee, my push kicking, my kicks a little bit more, and getting more into the clinch and making sure I could throw some more elbows and stuff. So focusing more on the techniques and not so much on trying to do more cardiovascular and plyometric style stuff.
Josh, you're more well-rounded, but grappling is your bread and butter, basically. And KJ, he's a striker. So this is a classic striker versus grappler match. Needless to say, you want this on the ground?
I mean, like I said, it doesn't really matter where it goes, to be honest. I think everyone understands I'm a pretty well-rounded fighter. I can stuff your takedown. I can take you down. I can grapple you. I can stand with you. It really just depends on what he gives me. I think with, the opportunity will present itself. Let me just tell you, I'm not going to go out there and work really hard for the takedown. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. I'm just not that guy to hang on the leg and, do or die. If I lose this takedown, I'm going to lose the fight. That's a bunch of crap because, I can fight. So that's the one thing I've prided myself on is that, I can mix it up. I got good stand-up, and I feel like I've got a really good wrestling and good grappling. So I think if you put it all together, I think that's me.
And if you defeat KJ Nunes this Saturday, more than likely you'll get a title shot at Gilbert Melendez to complete the trilogy. Just talk about that, man. That's your fights with him before have been epic.
Yeah, see, I don't have to talk about it. Everywhere I go, people talk about it. I can't go anywhere in San Jose without people stopping me on the street, and they don't even know when I fought last. They just know, man, I saw your last fight. And to them, my last fight was when I fought Gilbert. And I'm like, dude, I fought 3 times since then. They're like, all we care about is the Gilbert fight. All they do is ask me about the Gil fight. So it's funny. And then, but I can't go anywhere without people asking me about the fight. It will be nice to finally close that chapter. But, like I said, I got to get past KJ first, and I'm not looking past him at all, and I think it's going to be a tougher fight than people think, and I'm definitely going to get the best KJ that I think this sport's seen. I think since he probably started fighting, or just period, I'm going to get the best KJ.
And finally, may I ask you how you see this fight playing out come Saturday?
I see it playing out, in all different ways, to be honest. I've played every scenario in my head, where, just standing, I've even played out sometimes where I have maybe lost the fight. You do think about it like, man, I don't want my family to see me lose, and you play it out in your head. But the biggest thing is you got to focus. I played that out of my head, okay, losing, but then I also played out of my head, okay, how do I avoid that? How do I avoid, those little things happening? And like I said, all the interviews actually makes me think about it a lot more and how I'm going to play this fight and how it's all going to go. We've implemented the game plan during training camp. We know what we got to do. And, I see it playing out is, like I said, not working hard for takedowns. If they're there, take them. If they're not, don't work hard for them. Being comfortable in the clinch, definitely being comfortable in the clinch is going to be huge. And then on top of that as well is, throwing straight punches. He throws a lot of looping punches. So, beating him to the punch, getting to his chin before he gets to mine. That's the biggest thing, and really opening up on the knees and the elbows.
And Josh, one last thing here. You're in the co-main event, the main event, 2 ladies going back at a big cat fight, which someone reiterated during the press conference, but we won't mention your name. But anyway, the huge cat fight there, and the fact that how much are you looking, as a fan and as a fighter, how much are you looking forward to seeing Miesha Tate go at it with Ronda Rousey, finally put the talking to rest?
The sad thing is since I am the co-main event, I won't be able to watch the fight. I'll be in the back doing medicals, getting paid, getting the doctor to look at me. So I'm going to miss probably at least the first 3 rounds. And so it's gonna be one of those fights where you want to see, but I won't have the opportunity probably to catch it. So, but I mean, honestly, I think the fans are gonna get a good fight out of this one. It's gonna be a grinder. I think there's gonna be in the first round is gonna present a lot of action. I think they're gonna come out no love lost, and they're gonna go at each other. The key is to find out who has the tank to go 5. If the submissions can't be done in the first round or 2. What's going to happen? Does Ronda, since she hasn't been that long, does she have a gas tank to go 5? And Miesha, can she avoid, the first 2 rounds of maybe a submission onslaught? Who knows? You don't really know. I really couldn't tell you. And I think that's what the great part about this fight is, the mystery of this fight. People want to see because they don't know what the result will be.
Josh, thanks a lot for your time. Good luck this Saturday.
Thompson. And John and Bond's yogurt, baby, and Chico.
Family business.
Family, baby.
Thanks a lot, Josh.
Hey, thanks, I
appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay.